You are now streaming worldwide on RadioOnFire.com and the Radio on Fire app.
All right, welcome back to the program. Of course, your man Diamond K in here. RadioOnFire.com, TheDiamondKShow.com. So I have a special guest in the building. Please introduce yourself.
I am Erica Smith. I am CEO and founder of my new nonprofit, My Skin Has a Story.
Okay, all right. So I definitely want to talk about your nonprofit and what brought that about, what you're doing as far as it. Let's get some background on you. Where did you grow up?
In Baltimore. I was raised in Baltimore City for a while, Sandtown, Winchester area, and then my mom migrated to Baltimore County for the remainder of my childhood.
So, are you an only child?
No, I am the youngest. I'm the baby girl. I have 4 other siblings.
Okay.
Well, 5 actually.
You're the baby girl, though.
Yes, I'm the baby of everybody.
All right, so it's good for me to know that so I can get an understanding of, how things are. So you are the baby, used to getting things your way, spoiled, no?
No, I wasn't spoiled. I was a horrible child. I can honestly say that. Like, I really
You said horrible.
I was a horrible child. I was really bad.
What is like? You got in trouble in school?
I got in trouble with school, the police, my mom. Like, I was horrible. I was a horrible child.
You were rebelling. Were you rebelling against something?
I was rebelling against something at 12 years old. I found out things about my dad that I never thought, a child shouldn't find out about. And I was daddy's little girl, regardless of the life that he led. Mm-hmm. So I kind of took it hard and went a rebellious route.
So what area did your father live in? He lived in Baltimore?
He lived with my mom. He lived in Baltimore with us until my mom put him out when I was about 12 or 13.
All right. So that caused a backlash for you against your mom?
Yes. Although I watched my mom. So when you're looking at it, you see, as a little girl, you see your dad never doing any wrong. Right. And you just don't understand a lot of things until you grow up. So all I saw is mommy's always yelling at daddy and she's putting him out, not knowing the things that he was doing that was not, conducive to showing who the man of the household is. I watched my mother, and now that I look back, I watched my mother be married and be a single mother. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that most girls have the desire to get that love from their father, regardless.
That is true. Yeah. That is true. And I really feel like if I had that type of love from my dad, that I probably wouldn't have went down the road that I went down. It wouldn't have gotten that far. Also, having parents to acknowledge I was where you are. Like, I am where you are. I was where you are. And, I did this too. This is how I got out of it, instead of just letting you go through it and making you think that, your child is out of control when she's just like you.
You think that you would have listened at that time?
I don't think I would have listened at that age, but at least in knowing, you never know.
So you're saying it's possible. You could have listened. Maybe not.
Listened, but I could have been handled different, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, so looking back on your childhood, of course, we can armchair quarterback, say this could have happened, that could have happened. And you can say, I wish I could have done some things differently and different things like that. So obviously those experiences molded you and shaped you to the person that you are today. What does the name of your nonprofit mean?
So My Skin Has a Story is basically an umbrella for a lot of nonprofits that we're working on now to come under us. It was basically saying no matter what walk of life you come from, whether you've overcome it, whether you're still in it, everybody's skin tells a different story. Like with my story growing up, it sounds like a Tyler Perry story, it really does. But it happened to me, which molded me to be able to help other young women or other young men that, go through the same thing, or give those parents that support for their adolescents that are going through those weird times as they're growing up.
So it's geared more towards young people and helping them.
Young people. Yeah, young adults and young people, but we do also do adults because I understand too, mental health there's a high prevalence of mental health as well. And a lot of people can't get past to where they are now to go where they're going. And some of them are in their adulthood. So it's up to us too to still grab them and help them, because they may have kids too. And you don't want that to rub off on the kids or, deem them to fail because their parent can't come out of where they are.
Yeah, sure. Good point. So ultimately, it sounds like you created something that you wish existed when you were younger.
Yes. I feel like if I had that support when I was younger, instead of saying, she's crazy, something's wrong with her, or she's running the streets, she's promiscuous, but people didn't know that I lost my virginity when I was 12 years old to a grown man, that it should have never happened.
Yeah.
People didn't know that, I was, although some stuff was self-inflicted, I was still young, that, I was sexually assaulted by 4 guys. Although, when the chat line was hot and popping and we all of us 15, 16 on the chat line going to meet guys, at this time, you never know what, you can walk into at that time. So if I had that support then, I probably wouldn't have had to go through as much. Even if I had to go through it, I was prepared to go through it. I went in blindsided and I wasn't prepared because, a lot of times you don't have that support because, you don't have people to turn to or you don't have people to trust. You'll talk to somebody and then they'll turn around and say, oh, girl, she just told me X, X, Y, and Z. And they're not here to help you. They're just here to, get in your business or to make fun of you and to watch you fail.
Yeah, so what your organization does is allow that sounding board for people to be able to talk to about what they're going through?
Yes, as well as, offering mental health support as well. We noticed too a lot in the religious communities, they are not keen on mental health. So the new director I just hired, Anita, her name is Anita Cager. She'll be the director and the executive secretary, and she is actually mental health first aid certified, where she can go into places and actually certify individuals to be mental health first aid trained as well. People think when they think of mental health is just psychotic disorders like schizophrenia, bipolar. It's more than that. Any type of depression is a mental illness that people just hold because of what they're going through, and nobody's there to help them or talk them through it and let them know it is okay that you're feeling like this, but we have to create a plan to get you through this. Right.
So that's really good. What other? Okay, so you said that there's communication. There are mental health services. What other services do you provide?
So we are working on, we're still working on services now that we were just made official June the 2nd. Now we're working on grants. So we want to gear towards homelessness services. Before my Skins the Story was established, I was doing things in the community. So we want to go into the communities where there's a lot of violence and do positive activities with the kids. As much as people try to get away from it with the fathers that are not in the home, yes, we're single mothers, we can raise our kids. There have been some great outcome, but a presence of men, sometimes positive men in a community doing positive things, positive women in a community doing positive things, it shows individuals that you don't have to be subject to your social environment. You can arise, and sometimes you have to attach yourself to individuals that are not where you are to get where you want to be.
Right. That's very true. So this is just going to be based in Baltimore?
It's going to be based in Baltimore, God willing. We can stretch it out further. My vision is to have a location in every state soon. But, right now we are going to be based out of Baltimore. We're going to use the rest of the year to plan because a lot of the times we rush into things because we're excited. Right. And you don't want to misplan. So we're going to use the rest of 2020 to plan and write grants and get things started and programs started. So by January 2021, we can start, full force with everything in place.
Absolutely. How can people find out more about your journey and the organization?
So I do have a Facebook page. It's My Skin Has a Story. If you just go ahead and press the like, I do videos. I know we do some videos sometimes, like I've done videos on grief and other things that I've went through to kind of bless somebody else. They may be feeling the same thing. Or you can also reach me at emsmshas.org.
Very good, very good. I definitely commend you for having the strength to put your story out there and definitely giving back to others that are in need. So it's definitely something that is appreciated for you, all that you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of organizations out there, but I just want to be set apart because even working with the organization, I see how people, if they're non-compliant and they don't do something, but I don't understand these individuals are sick, they discharge them and let them go. But I want to be known as the bridge burner. Like, no matter how many, because I was a bridge burner. I burnt a lot of bridges. And if it wasn't for my mother, as bad as I was to her, if it wasn't for her fighting for me, even when I didn't want her to, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I want to be that bridge burner. I want to be the one to say, okay, I know you failed 1,300 times, but let's get back up and move from here. I just don't want to dismiss people. I need to meet them where they are.
Right. That's important. And you're right. Some people and some groups are quick to cut people off if they're non-compliant. That's absolutely true. Definitely. So again, plug the website and how people can contact you.
You can contact me. I have a Facebook page, My Skin Has a Story. Click the like button. You can inbox us. You can ask a question on our wall. If you need resources, employment resources, referrals, let us know. If you're having issues with your adolescents, if you're a young adult, you're in need of services, if you need help applying for food stamps, just getting started, IDs, birth certificate, things like that we want to help with. So you can also leave us a message, or you can email me at esmith@mh8s.org.
Very good, very good. Again, thank you so much for taking time to talk with me about a very, very important organization.
You are so welcome.
All right.
You don't have any questions for me?
I don't. I mean, you really answered everything. I mean, I don't want to. Is it something that you want to touch on that we didn't get into?
No, not really. I just want people to know the importance of having that person that's going to walk all the way through it with them and not leave them at the end of it. So, I mean, it's important, but we're coming full force, so they'll see more of us and what we did.
Yeah, and so this is the beginning of your accreditation. Is that how?
Yes, the first step was to get us 501c3.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to go with Maryland Nonprofits. I know I got a lot of inquiries, people that put together nonprofits and do the paperwork, but sometimes you pay for what you get, and I just wanted it done right, so I decided to go through Maryland Nonprofits to access the training and do it the right way. But before that, I have over 10 years experience in the behavioral health field.
So people are going to be referred to you, or people can reach out to you directly? How can they
people
work
can reach
with
out
you?
to us? People can reach out to us directly right now. If they do reach out, we do have links to other agencies, so we are also going to be a portal for resources. So if it's a service that we do not provide, we have connected with other agencies, like Tammy Braswell. She has Transforming Nation, and she does PRP services, and I have her referral form, and she worked with adolescents as well as adults, all the way down to children. So there are different agencies that I can direct them to that will help and support them. So that's another key factor. If we can't service your need, or we don't service the thing that you're looking for, we won't just dismiss you. We will connect you with an agency or a program that can help you.
Very good. Who do you talk to when stuff gets rough? Because you're doing all of these services for other people. Who do you talk to?
You know what? My partner, Anita, she she is my listening ear. Before then, I would just, hold it inside, which caused a lot of, when you hold stuff inside, caused a lot of suicidal ideation, suicidal attempts and things like that. So I started to having to let people in my life and talk to people that I trust, and limiting your circles. So that's what you really have to do, because in this field, you see so much and it really takes a toll on you.
Yeah. Limiting your circle, but you also at the same time had to be open up. So that's good. That's
one thing about mental health services and behavioral health services and clinicians. They also have to have an outlet. Therapy is not bad. Therapy is therapeutic and is a big relief, and you're not crazy if you do get therapy.
Yeah. A lot of people really benefit from therapy, and I've really noticed a change in people and their openness to get therapy and even talk about it. So yeah, I think that a lot of people benefit from that.
Yeah.
I definitely like to have you on again to just talk, and if you don't mind, we have to do this again sometime.
I would love to.
Very good.
I'm always here for you.
Yeah, very good. So we'll talk soon. But as I said, once again, plug one more time the website.
So click the like page on Facebook. My Skin Has a Story, and then you can reach me at esmith@mshas.org.
All right, very good. Yeah, I'm going to do that when we get off. Thanks again.
Thank you.